Hey everybody, welcome to Halfbeard's HUD's Heads Up. Today we have StarDrive, new for exploration, space civ kind of game, published by Iceberg Interactive and developed by Zero Sum Games. The Iceberg Interactive, you'll remember, is people who brought us Endless Space last year. This game's a little different though. It's interesting nonetheless. So let's start the game. Got all these awesome races. We got wolf dudes. We got octopus Cthulhu guys. Plant musicians, cyberbugs, bear samurais, born humans, the Asari, and this pod thing with owl guys. They're slaves. So the interesting thing is, what defines these races isn't the races. I mean, they definitely have conversation. The way they converse with each other is defined by that. What defines our actual statistics, though, is all these, and you can adjust these however much you like. You'll see, you get a point total to spend. We'll be the Kurathi. They're who I have a better game. We'll be showing a little later on to kind of show how the game evolves. They're who I am later on, though, so we'll go with them. And as you can see, they've got these specific things here: prototype flagship, militaristic, skilled engineers, meticulous, savage, and honest. And I can go ahead and muck about with these settings all I like, to kind of make things work in a way that makes more sense for me. So, for instance, I could say I could make this race revolting, which would reduce my, which would kind of reduce my initial dealings with other races, and in exchange, I could then make them fertile, which would give us large litter sizes, increase our population growth vastly. Or I could make them dumb, big penalty to our research efforts. But in exchange, grab alluring to make us smart, because, smart and sexy don't always work together. Anyways, we'll be these bears. They really let you roleplay, too. We're just going to go with their basic archetype, because we're not going to play this game for long. We're going to play my better game. But they also allow you, just showing there's other stuff here, they also allow you to kind of change up any of this stuff. So, change your home system name, change what you would call the race, both in the singular and plural, change the name of the empire, flag, color, make flag whatever color you want, make it blue, because why not? Can I go back to what it was? Because, yeah. Because I can't, because otherwise it'll screw me over when I'm trying to remember what race I am in the other one. Pick whatever flag you want. We'll pick this is raindrop, sure. Bear Samurais, go! Alrighty. So, here we are, in the game. This game has a few different things to it. It has a big focus on ships. So, you start off with your flagship here, the Perseverance, under your direct control, and you can actually, just fly that sucker around. Just standard, WASP movement as you would expect. With the right mouse button, you can fire off the ship's weapons in any directions. What direction you fire in determines what weapons get fired. And what determines what weapons are where is the modular ship design, which we'll show real quickly. Open up the fleet menu. Yeah, you can also build big ass fleets. So we'll explain more about that later on. Shipyard. Here's what I'm looking for. So here is our. I think this is our flag. No, this is our. I know what this is. We don't want that. Open up the Kurathi Razor. We'll actually open up the Fang Fighter. Easier example to work with. Basic idea here is that you can take all these bits and pieces that you research and learn through, that you research and learn how to make and all that kind of stuff, and design your base units to work however you want. So, for example, I want this guy to have 2 big-ass flak turrets. And give him fighter engine and a warp engine so they can warp as well, because there is warp speed in this game. Drop in 2 nuclear reactors. And, oh no, everything appears to be powered. Maybe we drop in a couple cockpits. And we got engines in there. And a couple fuel cells. And now it's good to go. You can see, toggle off the overlay, change the name. I can change the name. Oh, if I press save as, I can change the name. Yeah. Shows your production cost, shows shows how many pit points it's going to have, so you know exactly kind of what you're making. It's an interesting system, and it really allows you to get in deep and really customize your fighters if you want to. I found myself not doing it too much because I'm more into the big civ aspects, but what are you going to do? Over here, you can see there are all these research trees to go to, and you actually will discover other research trees. I discovered the secrets research tree in my current game, and there's not much to explain here. Hey, it's research. You're gonna pick a thing and you're gonna put points into it, and that's how it's gonna work. Kind of like every other 4X game. But we'll drop some points into. You can also queue them up, which is nice. So you really want centralized banking right away, you can just queue up that entire tree without any issue. What else can I show early on right now? Why don't I show how to colonize a world? So. The universe is large and vast. You need to explore it. However shall you do that, though? Well, easily. Scroll right in. Easy, but it's going to take a while. Select ships over there. Ah, here we are. Let's just send out this guy. You can send out any ship to just explore willy-nilly. But, you know, explore and do all this stuff, it takes some time, takes some money. Oh, good, there's an anomaly over there. I can show what that looks like, too. Perfect. So... this planet over here, it seems ripe for colonization. All you do, find any planet you can colonize, just press colonize. If you have an available colony ship, which I've got one right there, it will immediately get sent there. If you don't have a colony ship, your nearest planet will build one and send it there. Makes some sense. So we're going to send this over there, but just so I can show what anomalies are, and so I can explain ground combat, because this game has ground combat, I'm going to build some of these guys. Build three-ish cool Rousey sword bears. 4-ish. As you can see, I can speed things along by spending production. And we're sending these bears into space. Now they're space bears. It's like we're in Russia or something. We're gonna send these bears over here. Want them to orbit Bull. Want them to orbit this planet. I don't know why they're unwilling to do so. Alright. So these bears are here. They'll go look at this crash site. And we discovered what appeared to be an orbit. Backed on record, a completely intact alien light frigate. What's more, it appears to be spaceworthy, and your forces are taking it into orbit now. So, by going down to this planet and finding that thing, I was able to get this new spaceship. This heavy drone, now on system defense duty. That's pretty handy. But now that I've got this extra colony, what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to send it to industrial research. You can just, as you would expect, you can just set it to the AI, will make it do what you want it to do. I'm going to set it to export production. Production is just a resource in this game. Any planet can produce it, can get sent to any other planet, and import food. Export, import, and then, how will I get that stuff around? Also easy peasy. We're going to do this. We're going to go over here. We're going to build a colony ship and a freighter. Small transport. Like now. We're not going to wait. Waiting for suckers. And we are going to set them. Colony ship. Set it to pick up colonists. Drop them off where they're needed. And set this one to trade goods. And basically what that means is those ships will now go to anywhere in your empire and find, and the colony ship, for example, if there are planets with a lot of colonists, it'll pick some up, bring them to one of your, barely inhabited planets. The trade goods ship, there's a planet that's got a lot of food, needs some production, it'll go grab some food, put that food where it's needed, then go grab production, bring it back. And it's all automated. It's absolutely fantastic that way. So you can really, you don't have to min-max your trade routes, which can be insanely annoying. You can even set it to auto-explore, so it will build the necessary things for exploration. Set it to auto-colonize, so any planets that are suitable and desirable, the game will just automatically create a ship, go colonize it for you. Auto-build projectors, which I'll explain in a second. Ground combat's done automatically, so ground combat is confusing. I'll kind of show ground combat in detail later on. And freighters, it'll all do that stuff automatically, which is great. And before we leave, I will kind of explain what space projectors are. Space projectors allow you to get a lot of kind of distance between your things. So as you can see, one of my ships already explored the Aegis system, or at least we know it's there. And what I could do is I could build these projectors right here, and what that means is anything. This red sphere here is my influence. In my sphere of influence, my ships can fly, can do warp speed. They can go really, really fast. Outside of my sphere of influence, they cannot. If I put down a subspace projector, though, it essentially builds another bubble of influence. That's what that space here is. And I can take that space and fly just as I would in my normal sphere of influence in it. So you can essentially create big ass space roads. It's a neat idea. It definitely allows you to kind of better work with the idea of building a space empire rather than a land empire and something like a Civ. I like it. I like it a lot. So, that's kind of the basis of this game. There's also diplomacy and stuff like that, but that's not interesting. We haven't met anybody yet. Why don't we pause here, and I'll be back in just a second with what this game really looks like. And this is what the game looks like. As you can see, I've met a bunch of people. These are the big empires all conquered throughout. Some places there are appropriate space planes, and some places empires aren't getting along. And shit has gotten big. Wars have been fought. As you can see, me, these squid guys, and the space bugs are all fighting to try to survive here. Here's a fight going on between me and some space bugs. Here, why don't I jump into this? You can assume control of any ship at any time just by using that right-clicking thing. I don't seem to have any bullets left or something because I'm not firing. Contact leader. Oh, yeah. I can negotiate with them. They are not happy with me because I've been fucking with them for quite a while now. Yeah, we're not gonna come to a peace treaty. Alright, and you just press the middle mouse button and you'll get away from them. That's fine though, I don't care about that. What I want to show is ground combat. So, I'm gonna launch some space bears up into space. You know, how space bears do. And can I? No. So, basically, you get a little bit of progress each like I think it's like 3 seconds is an in-game turn or something like that. It's all real time. What's going on here? Real force of brought in the Rallo system. That's not good. Oh yeah, I'll explain that in a second. So, let's show grounds. Here's Opteris 1, the other system in the Opteris system, the home system of those bug things that I've taken over. Man, they got a lot of guys here, so I'm gonna die, but I just want to show what it looks like. So, land dudes down, combat will automatically take place and do its thing. Those bears died. That's not good. Now these bears have got to try to kill all the bugs. They're not going to make it. You can also send a bombard order. You need to have a ship with a bomb in it, which means you have to design a ship to have a bomb in it, and then it will automatically send one of those to here to, nuke from orbit. And that's ground combat. I don't have to do anything. I can just let it go. More importantly, why don't I show you kind of the greater ship combat. So, I've got the first fleet here. It is everything connected to that thing. We're gonna go send them over to... I'm just trying to find a place that actually has some dudes to fight. Kolthar, maybe? No. I want dudes to fight. Come on. Where's the Rallo system? Makarakak. Remy. Where is Rallo? I heard they were near Rallo. Oh, Rallo's down here. Holy crap, they were all the way down here? They're just spotted, though. Oh, we've unlocked another thing. Cool. Alright, fuck it. Go down here, I guess. Fight these guys. We'll just send all our fleets. All of them. Going down here to fight these, like, 5 ships. Focus on the 3rd fleet. Send it down here. And as you'll see, every ship in the universe that is mine is now slowly heading down towards over here to just fuck with all this. So that's not super good. Oh, what's going on here? Captured airhood. Oh, cool. Yeah, they're my buddies. Oh yeah, we haven't shown the diplomacy. So yeah, you can build big ass fleets, as you can see here, and send them and kind of control them as a whole to wage massive, ridiculous space battles. As you can see, my unit's now coming in, relieving the Spire units to just go and fuck up these space bugs. But that's what they get for being space bugs. So that's one thing you can do, and I'll even show the fleet system real quick here. As you can see, let's open up the first fleet. Acquisition, assign now, build now. It will show the fleet as it is. That's what the fleet is, and I can fill up this whole space with ships, just make a gigantic, ridiculous, massive fleet that I can send out. Keep in mind, that costs a lot of money to maintain. I'm making very little money right now for that very reason, because I have 2-3 big-ass fleets. So, you know, that's a problem. The other thing you get when you've met all these people and have all these territories to fight over and, you know, try not to die on, is diplomacy. These are all the races. I showed them earlier. You can talk to them, see what's up. We already talked to the bugs for like a half second. Why don't we talk to my buddies, the Cortrazine Collective. These nasty polyps. There they are. They've got owl slaves. And you can, you know, standard Civ style, just, hey, what's up? Do you like us? They're like, yeah, we like you. I can ask them what the deal is with the owl walks, and they're like, fuck the owl walks. They're slave owners after all. I can offer them, you know, propose to join to a federation. All sorts of cool stuff. This game is interesting. It has a lot of cool stuff when it comes to the civilizations, and I really like this kind of like the animation, the way they write their characters. It works really well. And of course, from this screen, you know, trade stuff, ask for stuff, all the kind of stuff. You know, what you're expecting. You can also, you know, declare war. Oh, I'm not done with diplomacy. There's also espionage. Train up your unit. You can essentially hire an agent, train them up, and then send them off to do something like, I got this guy right now, undercover on Mirandi 1, giving us full view of, I think it's the Up Terrorists view, but why don't I instead send him to assassinate someone from the Raleigh? No? Not letting me do that? Well, I'll send this guy then. Do I just not have the money? Yeah, I don't have the money. That's the problem. If I had the money, I could send these guys to go to other places and do things like assassinate an enemy agent, which is handy, so that way they're not stealing stuff from me. I can get them to incite rebels, you know, rob them of money, steal their tech, sabotage their armies, all sorts of cool stuff. Also, I didn't talk about artifacts. In that area where we found the ship, you could also sometimes find an artifact, which just gives a nice big passive buff for your entire empire. And these are really hard to find, and they're coveted by all the empires, so they're also useful bargaining chips. And as you can see, shit just gets big. You got a lot to manage. Because the universe is the way the universe is, you're often managing a war on multiple fronts, doing all sorts of diplomacy, managing all sorts of planets, and trying to bring in enough money and research and food and stuff from each that you don't feel like you're completely fucked over. This feels like a pretty decent 4X game. We are just getting stuff all the time. I get it. Cool. Next lab, increased lifespan. I guess we killed those guys because all my fleets are going away now. That's fun. Let's go over here. No production is stored up. Yeah, I'd have to build troops somewhere else and then import them over there. Actually, these are probably bringing in, picking up colonists, delivering colonists. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, and you'll see here, population centers over there. There's a max population for each world, which will determine exactly how much you can do at any given time. Yeah, this game's interesting. It has a lot to it. I think it's definitely worth picking up if you are maybe getting a little sick of some of the other 4X games out there, or maybe willing to move on to something else. You know, you're from Civ, like you've played a lot of Civ, you're looking to try something else. It also seems like a cool way to do things. I gotta see everything that's on there. I can see what they're constructing because again, this is all because I have my guy on there. I can kind of see what they're doing. Yeah. I guess I haven't mentioned the price yet. It's $30, which is maybe a little much. I mean, for as big as this game is, it's a little on the basic side. So $30 does seem a hair much, but I still really enjoy it. I still think there's a lot to it, and I think if you're the kind of person who's already big in to this particular kind of game, like you're a big believer in the whole. I had a brain fart. You're a big believer in the whole 4X thing, especially the base 4X thing. I think this is probably one of the more entertaining ones I've played. This is definitely worth your time that way. Yeah. It's also, again, I did say it is in beta. It's coming out April 19th. Again, $30 normally. It's actually on sale right now. It's only $25. At least until I think beta's over. So definitely worth picking up either way. Did they build a fucking... Weird. So we both have subspace transports. I don't know how that works when you have two subspace projectors going on there. Because as you can see, they're going to this projector, and then they're going to... That allows them to zip over to the next one. Yeah. They're essentially mass relays from Mass Effect is what they are. Anyways, I'm off topic. This has been StarDrive. Very neat, very interesting 4X game. Definitely worth your time if you're a fan of the genre. And, as always, I've been your host, Halfbeard, and we're out.